So I'm currently 90 days sober. And yeah, I just wanted to make a little video just as a blog to myself. I've done a few of these on TikTok and a couple on YouTube. But yeah, I just wanted to make a blog or post just documenting how I feel, what I've been through. I'll probably aim for about 10 minutes of this because it can add up just all the different things that have happened. But yeah, I'm on day, I think, 88, so pretty much almost day 90. And if you look up sobriety, you'll see that day 90 is like generally considered quite a big milestone. What did I quit? I quit absolutely everything. I quit caffeine, nicotine, green, a certain tranquilizer, alcohol. I'm completely sober for 90 days, and it's for the first time in my adult life. I think I started drinking when I was around 14, started smoking at 15, weed and tobacco, and then 16, 17 started taking sort of things that you take at raves, and that led into years and years of partying and raving and taking all kinds of things. And then it went pretty much, and then yeah, went all the way to like the mid-20s, partying a lot. And then mid to late 20s is when the depression and anxiety really started to kick in. That's when I was starting to be like, whoa, there's something wrong with me. I'm just not healthy, I'm not content, I'm not happy. Anxiety, social anxiety, general anxiety, depression, derealization, all sorts of stuff. And then that's when the sort of the habits of, like, I've always tried to be healthy, but I'd say between the mid 20s up until now, so around the last 10 years, because I'm 34 now, was the very obviously just using substances to cope with how I felt. Like before, it probably was that deep down, but there was a lot of fun there. Like everyone was doing it, we were partying, we were young. But then later on, it got to taking stuff alone in my room and just sort of boxing my way into this bubble of addiction. Basically, that's when the addiction set in, I think. And I've tried for a few years now to go sober, and I've cut out a lot of things, I cut back on a lot of things, but nothing really quite worked until I actually, this time where I just said, I'm done with everything. So here I am, day 90. The first month was brutal. Second month was brutal. Third month, there was some good days, and the good days felt like you turned a leaf and that, oh, I'm gonna be like this from now on. I've gotten over it, because like after that long of being sober, you do think, surely it's done. I haven't consumed something for ages. But yeah, the good days, you feel like you've turned a leaf and it's gonna be, you're healed forever, and you feel like you're gonna feel like that forever. And then the next day you just get absolutely destroyed by some mind storm. So yeah, month three is apparently a very important month, as in terms of a lot of people give up because they begin to think that that is what life is, and they're just like, well, if life is like this, then why wouldn't I just drink beer and smoke and do all these things? But it's a trap. And yeah, I'm on day 90. part of me, I'm a little bit tired, so my brain is not being very coherent. But yeah, what are some benefits? I feel more at peace than I ever have in my life. I'd say I don't have anxiety. I get anxious now and again when it comes to certain triggers of my triggers are I've always been quite bad socially. Social anxiety. So my triggers are I get a bit weird when I'm in social situations, but I feel like I'm sitting through the discomfort and I'm gearing up to tackle it properly. So I just, yeah. And yeah, amazing sleep, like I sleep well, I feel calm. I've started stacking healthy habits. I'm I've been working on my goals a lot. I've eliminated a lot of distractions. Uh, Honestly, it genuinely feels like this is the beginning of a new life. Like I'm right at the start. Like the last 3 months have just been surviving recovery, and now it's all about adding habits and hobbies and just build it. I'm building a life. I'm building a new life. So like a few goals of mine would be I've started walking and running, so I'm starting to get the exercise in. I'd love to start some kind of martial art, maybe a bit of boxing. I'd love to find some kind of girlfriend or something to spend time with. I'd love to find a social circle. What I've realized is that the people I know in my world right now, they're all addicted to green. They smoke. Like when you stop consuming substances and you're around people who do, you start realizing how small of a world they're living. Like all they want to do when they get finish work is to smoke. They just want to be in their apartment smoking. They can't go for a meal or a breakfast without needing to smoke. They they're turning up like all groggy and they're grumpy and they're kind of judgmental because they feel like I've been there. Like when you feel low and you feel a bit down in the dumps and you're tired and you're not very. I don't know. Yeah, you sort of project this idea that this grumpiness onto people. Like I know just from what I do, and then I experience it from people from the other side. And people live with addictions and stuff. They get really triggered by people who aren't consuming stuff. It seems like. So I've dealt with a lot of bullshit, frankly, from people who I don't know. I'm getting weird vibes off of people because I'm just quite content. I'm content. So I'm just here. I don't feel a need to please someone or crack jokes or I'm happy to just exist, really. And that's the beauty of sobriety. So yeah, from now on I'm just sort of focusing on this new life, build this new life to the point where I'm just living it. I just want to be living this life. Hopefully my goals come true for soon. I've been focusing on goals for a long time. And that's another thing when it comes to goals, like if you have big goals for your life, you want to earn a lot of money or create your dream career. For me at least, I know some people can do it while they're under the influence, but for me at least, the drugs were just, they were just stopping me. They were stopping the daily habit, the daily productive habit that you can start. Like whenever I got a good habit going, it would just be reset by taking something. and then it would just that cycle over and over again, and I'm not really moving forward, even though I think I am, but really I'm just taking drugs and wasting time. So yeah, I don't know if this was very coherent, but I just wanted to make a blog thing, and I like looking back on these things like a few months down the line. I was just looking at some videos when I was on day 9, and I was like, I was going through the trenches, and I was just looking back like, wow, man, like I'm 80 days past that. I've gone through so much crap. Like, it's been crazy. This is the thing with quitting substances is, yeah, you get uncomfortable feelings pop up. You get bored, you get frustrated, you get anxious, you get depressed. And all of these feelings pop up, and your coping mechanism for your whole life before this has been to take a drug, even if it's a coffee. Oh yeah, I quit caffeine as well. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. But yeah, your coping mechanism was to take a coffee, smoke a cigarette, drink a beer, maybe all 3, or do some other stuff. Go partying, drinking, meet up some mates, have some beers. Like, there's always a drug to take. There's always a drug to take. And every single time you take one, you're avoiding what your body was trying to feel. And then when you stop taking them all, you better believe the feelings are going to come up. And if you're mentally strong, like I have come to realize I am now because I've got through it, you have to keep the perspective in mind of why you're doing it, knowing it's temporary, and having the idea in your mind that imagine I could live life fully. Imagine I could live life fully, joyfully, freely, expressing myself, laughing, having fun, like hitting on women, like even partying but without the party substances. And imagine you could live your life and you didn't need a single drug for it. Like, that was my thing, that I was just like, imagine that. Like, how good would that feel if I could do everything I've always wanted to do, and I don't need any substance to make me feel like, give me confidence to do it or to make me enjoy it. Like, I just genuinely enjoy it, completely sober. And that's just how we're meant to be. And yeah, I can feel it happening now. And I just think that if you're on a journey similar to this, or even if you're down in the dumps, just in the trenches, or even if you're consuming things but you don't think it's much of a problem, I just want to say to you, it's possible and it's worth it. But you have to remember that it's going to suck for 2 to 3 months. But at the same time, those 2 to 3 months go by quite fast, and there's a lot of ups in them in that time. There's a lot of days of you feel something and you feel like you have moments of feeling like how you felt in primary school almost. Like, you feel you feel a feeling, you feel a calm, and you think, whoa, I haven't felt like this since primary school. I haven't felt like this since before I ever took a drug. You just get this feeling of just being in your body, the world's vibrant, and things are good. And yeah. So yeah, to anyone who's listening, I doubt this will get any views, but it's worth it if you're thinking of being sober. It's worth it. It's hard at times. Things that helped me was journaling, hitting record on my phone and just talking. ChatGPT, just use ChatGPT as a therapist. Just screw it. Exercise, creative, having a goal. Like, I feel like for me as well that having a goal kept me on this path, because without the goal, I'm kind of like, well, I'm not going anywhere. What's the point? I may as well just get drunk. But because I have a goal, and I feel like the goal is more important. My purpose is more important than getting a beer right now. Itchy nose. Oh! So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. But that's a good little reminder blog. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. If you want to hear anything about my journey, what helped me, any advice or whatever, or just drop a comment and I'll try and get back to you. All right, peace.